engaged. Hello everybody! Okay, so if you follow me on other social media, you probably already know this because it's like old news by now. But I haven't been on YouTube in like a month or two, so bear with me while I screech one more time. I'm engaged! Okay, fade in. The month is December. B and I are underneath a 400-foot waterfall in Hawaii. He gets down on one knee. Wait, I should back up. Okay, we're gonna do a quick story time today. I'm gonna tell you about one of the most memorable, happy days in recent history of my life. Here we go. V and I wake up on the last day of our 10-day trip to Hawaii in like the world's cutest, little adorablest tiny house Airbnb in Hana. The plans for the day are to visit the pools of Ohio and hike up to Waimoku Falls for like just a little adventure, you know? Just a regular, normal, no engagement planned adventure. So we pack up a backpack, hop in the car, and head out to the Kipahulu district of Haleakala National Park. Stop texting me! We get there, grab our backpack that has like sunscreen and bug spray, all the stuff you need to start our day and our adventure up the mountain. This is gonna be awesome. Except, when we go to put the bug spray on, there's no bug spray in the backpack. Who packed the backpack? This guy. So, here I am, like, beating myself up, so mad at myself, like, ugh, I've ruined the trip already. In my head, I'm picturing, like, thousands of mosquitoes, like, coming in and eating us alive, and we're like, ugh. Thanks to me for getting the bug spray. Good job. Might be a little dramatic. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have a slight flair of being a little bit extra. A little dramatic. So now I'm in a bad mood. I'm like feeling guilty, I'm feeling grumpy, just bad news babe over here. The way that this area of Haleakala National Park is set up is that there's two trails. There is a short little one that will just pop you right on over to Ohio Gulch, and then there's a longer like 2-mile hike, I think, up to Waimoku Falls. Because I'm like bitter now, I'm mad about the bug spray. I'm like, let's just do the little shorter one and then GTFO. A 2-mile hike surrounded by mosquitoes eating my face off does not sound very fun to me. B in his head, he's like, yeah, no. We're doing it. This dude is planning on asking me to marry him up underneath Waimoku Falls. We're definitely going up that trail. We get to the pools of Ohio and they are stunning, like unbelievably gorgeous. They look like a painting. Well, instead of trying to describe it to you, let me just show you. Amazing. Okay, so now we set off on our hike up to Waimoku Falls. The beginning of this hike is not really what either of us were expecting or wanting from this hike. We wanted a rainforest journey where you're like jumping over roots and running through the mud and all that kind of stuff. But the first bit of the hike, like the first 30 minutes or so, is not that at all. It is no shade, just the sun beating down on you, walking up stairs. So it's not the rainforest adventure we were looking for at all. It is super well maintained. It is a national park, but not exactly what we wanted. And Brendan's like panicking at this point because we had been on several super awesome hikes so far on this trip, and he was afraid that this trail was gonna stay like this the whole time and that he had like possibly missed his chance for like the perfect proposal. He didn't. Spoiler alert. And we're both like disgustingly sweaty and hot, and I'm still being an annoying brat about the bug spray. There's not even bugs. There's no bugs anywhere. This is not a great start. Not a good start at all. But then we got to higher elevation. the temperature cooled down a little bit. We start getting into the trees. The vegetation is getting thicker. We're seeing some wildlife. And my bratty little mood just melts away. And that adventurous feeling kicks in. I'm getting excited. The rest of the hike is indescribable. Like, we come across this just impressive, huge tree in the middle of this small clearing on the path. We can see caves across the river, and of course my mind is like, what kind of Hawaiian troll lives in that cave? To be determined. I did not get an answer on that, but send an email to Haleakala National Park. They're like, what is wrong with you? Don't email me. The way that the waterfalls create pools that lead to more waterfalls and more pools is just incredible. Like, there's nothing like that where I live at all. It's just so cool. Then we enter a bamboo forest, and I am like so pumped. It's just so cool. I didn't take many pictures or videos inside the bamboo forest because there was just no way to do it justice. Like, my little point and shoot vlogging camera could not even close to capturing the magic. So I'm just like prancing through this bamboo forest, tripping and falling every like 3 minutes because I'm just like staring up in awe at how tall and how dense and how thick this bamboo is. Be clumsy, be distracted, and easily amazed. Bad combo for hiking through a bamboo forest. It was like emotional. It was awesome. Okay, anyway, so we get through the bamboo forest and we are nearly at the top now. You can hear this gigantic waterfall in the distance, and then you see it. A 400-foot waterfall just like cascading over this cliff. We had seen like dozens of waterfalls so far on our trip. 10 days in Hawaii and you're gonna see some falls. But this one just blew them all out of the water, like no comparison. 400 feet. 400 feet. It's really hard to put in perspective how big 400 feet really is, just like in pictures and videos, but let's see. This is just the lower half of the falls, and that is an adult man down there, just for a size reference. These falls are freaking massive. So we can see the falls in the distance, and we're just like rushing to get closer, and I am so engulfed in this sense of adventure that Brendan proposing to me is like literally the very last thing on my mind, like not on my radar at all. So we rush up to get closer, and there's a sign in the middle of the path that's just like, this is it. This is the end of the trail. And we're like, but, there's more ahead, I can see it. And the sign's like, nope, people die here, don't go. And we're like, yeah, but I mean, like, come on. So we just like scooted around that sign and continued on our way. Side note, there were a lot of these signs like throughout the path, and the ones that were prohibiting access to like preserve the landscape and prevent erosion and like protect wildlife and stuff, I'm here for that all day. I will stay put. This one is like a flash flood warning, like a safety sign that you shouldn't go past if you don't want to die. But it's kind of a risk we were willing to take on this like super bright sunny day. I mean, they weren't like giving us an option, but we just went around the sign and anyway. So from there you just have to hop over a little river and walk through a path, and there you are at the base of Waimoku Falls. So we walk into the like rock bed, the base of Waimoku Falls, and we kind of just like jump across the rocks until we find like the perfect little bench type rock for us to sit on, and we just sit there and stare at the falls for like half an hour because it's just like we're just trying to take it in because this place is just like magical. We brought some fruit up there with us from the farm that our tiny house Airbnb is on, so we just sit there and we snack, we rest a little bit, and we just like kick it for probably like 30 minutes or so. I could probably spend all day up there because just like everywhere you look is beautiful. So like obviously you have the falls right in front of you, which are massive and incredible and amazing to look at, but all the way around you there's these rock walls that have like cold, refreshing streams of water running down them, and all of the growth up there is so dense that once you're in this little rock bed, you can't see the trail anymore, so you can't see all of the tourists doing the hike to Waimoku. It feels very like secluded and alone up there. There were a few other people who went past the trail closed sign and trickled in and out while we were up there too, because we were just up there for so long. But I am glad that there were other people there, because they will come into play right now. So then, okay, this should have been a warning sign right here. I should have known. B is like, hey, we should see if someone will take our picture underneath the falls. Red flag, you guys, red flag. B never wants to take pictures, and he's just like offering up this idea out of nowhere. Should have known. I should have known. But I didn't. I, of course, do not notice how out of character this is, so we flag down the nicest stranger lady ever and ask her if she would mind taking our picture underneath the falls. So then we go over, take some pics, and I'm like, okay, good, I think we got it. And I turn to walk away, and when I turn back around to see if B is following me, he's like reaching into his pocket. Guys, I had no idea. Not even a trace of an idea, like 0% on my radar. No clue. Which leads me to my reaction. So embarrassing. As he gets down on one knee, I screech at him. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he just laughs at me and he's like, what do you think I'm doing? And again, I scream at him, are you serious? And he's all, will you spend your life with me? At which point I fall over and start ugly crying. Like sobbing. I'm getting watery just thinking about it. I was not emotionally prepared for this at all. So I'm just like there crying my eyes out, and I forget that you're supposed to like say yes to the question. That I've never done this before, and I panicked and I forgot, and so I did not say yes right away. And instead of saying yes, I just like stared at him, cried really hard, hugged on him, cried some more. Yeah. And then he puts the ring on my finger and I'm like trembling so bad. I'm like, is this really happening right now? So then I snap back into reality and I realize there are other people there and they are like screaming and cheering for us, and they're like super happy. They've just been watching this whole thing, but I was like completely in my own cloud and I just forgot everybody was there. And then there's this sweet, amazing lady who took our photos. By the way, we got this question a lot on social media. Who took our photos? She was a complete stranger and she had no idea this was gonna happen either. We just got so lucky that one, she was there, and two, she killed the photo game. She was like the cutest ever. As soon as she saw this happening, she just like snapped into like proud mom mode and she was like she was like zooming in and out, getting all these different angles and taking like the most amazing photos of the best moment of my life. I wish that I had a way to contact her to thank her, because like after it happened, obviously I was a very emotional, soggy mess of a person, kind of like just a crying blob at this point. So I didn't get any of her contact info. Seriously, I love the photos. I will cherish them for my entire life. So sweet lady, if you are watching this, thank you so much. They're just, I love them. You're amazing. Thank you. Whew. So, after that, we settle back down on our little rock bench that we have because I need some serious recovery time after that. And I'm just like sitting there staring at my ring in disbelief. Like, just cannot believe this happened. This is when I realized that I never actually said yes. So I'm like, oh, whoops, yes, of course, sorry. And my ring is just so beautiful. I literally could not even dream up a more perfect ring. It is like just so beautiful, it's so perfect. It's been like a month and I still catch myself just staring at it. It's so pretty, I love it so much. I'm gonna like cry again just thinking about it and remembering this day. It was the best, you guys, it's just the best. So, the way back down the mountain, I was like in a total daze. It felt like it took like 2 hours to get up the mountain and like 15 minutes to get back down. I was like skipping and dancing and prancing and jumping the whole way down the mountain. And Brenda's just like walking behind me, laughing at me, twirling through the trees. Just so happy. At one point I was like, wait, did we already go through the bamboo forest? And he's like, yeah. I was just like on cloud 9, like floating down this mountain, so happy. I asked him at one point on the way down if I reacted how he thought that I would react, and he said, well, yes and no. Yes, because I knew that you would fall over and cry, but no, because you know that face that you make sometimes when you're surprised? You didn't do that. He means this face. I also asked him if he was nervous about it, and he said that he was nervous to find like the right moment to ask, but not about what I would say. Turns out didn't really say anything until like way later. Whoops. What other questions did I get a lot? Oh, how did I not know? Like, you're in Hawaii, the most romantic place in the whole world, and you've been together forever, over 8.5 years. Since we've been together for like almost a decade, it's actually why I didn't suspect it, because like, why now? I don't know, he was very sneaky with the ring and just like acting like everything was normal. I don't know, you guys, I just didn't know. But I love that it was a true and genuine surprise. It just made it so much fun, and I will never ever forget it. So yeah, that was awesome. And now, I'm engaged. And that's my story, babes. I hope you guys liked it. Mom and Dad are getting married, babes. I still can't believe it. It's crazy, it's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here and go stare at my ring a little bit longer because it's just amazingly beautiful and pretty, and I like to look at it. I love you guys so much. I wish you all could have been there, but I hope sharing this story with you made you feel like you were there, because you're all very important to me, and I love you all so super much. Thanks so much for watching, you little mushy lovebirds. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys, I love you.